Okay, that is enough counting down. I'm not going to sit here and wait for 30 seconds. Well, what would I even be doing for 30 seconds? I'd just be staring at the screen, looking at the timer go down to 0. Yeah, hey, my name's Eric. I'm making faces that you can talk to. And let's demo. Let's demo what got done yesterday. What got done yesterday is I took some settings. So here's some settings for the playback speed for the conversations and whether or not we're going to display the face in full screen.
Hey, brick for brains.
Or not. And then there's some other settings over here.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Normal. Right. So all those things, before they were just laying around in memory, and if I came back to the web app and did a refresh of it or reload of it, those settings would be gone. And that's no good. I want to retain them. So I stored them away in browser persistent storage and made sure that I was able to both store it there and retrieve it. Works fine. Today, what am I doing? So if I go to the home screen and I size this to 100%, it looks about like that. And that's not bad. That's not bad. That is the intended size of it. I left myself a little room to put in a few more of these guys later on. I kind of get the feeling I could go wider on these. Anyways, that wasn't my point. I may adjust these a little bit more, but the font sizes are basically how I wanted them. But if I go into this screen after I've set my browser viewport to 100% zoom, the text is tiny. It doesn't really match what was over here. So I'm using this 100% size as a kind of baseline for how to set the font sizes for everything else. And I'm just going through the screens today and making these large enough to match that. So I'm saying that the 100% feel should be just feel a little bit small, meaning how to explain this? Let me see. So if I come over here, this feels just a little bit small. If I look at it, it feels like neat, tidy text, but it's legible to me. It feels a little bit small. And I'm saying aim for a little bit small instead of just right because I've got bad eyes and I tend to have a little more trouble than other people reading text at this size and smaller. So I'll bring it up to just under my comfort level, which is kind of like this is. Like if I were to make this how I really like to see it, it's probably like that or that. So I'll go just a little under my comfort level, but if I go over to here, this is way under my comfort level. These are tiny little things. So it's like all the text everywhere needs to be bumped up a little bit in size. And also I've been kind of playing this with a squarish frame, so I should probably do some checks along the way where it's just out like that. Okay. So I'll just start and get right into it. And that's what the session is going to be. It's going to last about an hour. So bring that back. Let's go to the first one here. I'll mess with these a bit. Before I do any more messing, let's check the Git status. See if I've got anything that was waiting to be committed. I do not. I'm up to date. I'm pushed out to GitHub if anybody wants it. github.com/erich2000. Alright, so let's inspect and see if I can make these a little bit wider so it's more of a 4x4, at least at this sizing. So is it this guy? I think it might be. That's the one. So how do I like 40? Okay, so I'm going to come out to here. That might be the sweet spot right there. I could set the dimensions of the graphics so that they're not quite as zoomed in. That might be a nicer effect. But I think I just hit the right sizing right away with that 40 REM. I can try going a little bit larger. And then if I come out to here, then that's not bad. Let's go look at it in like the full HD glory for just a moment. Oh, on the wrong thing? No. Yeah, okay. Boom. Okay. I don't even know how many people in the world size their browsers out to take up a whole HD screen size. Okay, going back to inspect this. Do I want to go a little bit larger? Maybe we go 50. Okay, if I do that, then I'll get the giant full screen there. If I go small, how am I doing? Like, this is sort of like mobile sizing, but I don't really need to target mobile. This isn't like a mobile friendly app at all. Yeah, I think 50 might be that's probably it right there, 50. Well, before you know you've got it right, you have to go too large. So let's go 80. Now if I get to 80, then it never double columns, never. It is kind of nice that it stays all in one column in some ways. I think I'm better off if I give it some ability to do the double column at the larger widths. So if I go out here, I would like it to double column there. So let's take it back down. I know 50 is good for that. 50, come out, I get double column. Cool. So that was on menu tile on the home screen. I'm coming down to the home screen. Oh, wrong project. Home screen, home screen. Menu tile, module, CSS. You get to be 50. Now do I have something in here for, I do, the background size. Let's do 100%. There we go, now there's more detail. Out to here, let's see, oh yeah. That looks pretty nice. That's covering it. Okay, so if you get really columnar, it'll start doubling up the size. Could fix that like with a min width. Let's try a min width and see if it'll just cause it to stop at some point. Min width. Hmm. 20 REM. Let's try that. Come over here, and it's still, at this point it just gives up. So the question is, if somebody's really got that narrow of a display, am I better off to let the sizing go taller? I feel like it's a little more honest when you get this small, to just stop resizing and trying to make it work. Like, that's actually a signal this app is not going to work good on a phone. It probably doesn't matter too much either way. I will put them in within though. Okay, so pretty happy with that, except, oh, I got this guy here too, is like it's zooming in extra large. Let's fix that. And that's easy, just make it be 100 and, I don't know, 105%. Just want a little bit of a movement, you know, nothing crazy. All right, so that's gonna work fine. This screen is done. I think I'll just one at a time commit them. Git commit a cosmetic changes to home screen. Okay. Now, faces screen. Do I want something like almost like a style sheet for these things? Well, there's nothing standard on this screen that needs to be the same on every screen. So thinking about generalities. These guys run a little bit smaller. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a screenshot of this at the ideal size, and then I'll tweak to match it. So I'll go ahead and zoom out. Oops, not there. Do it. That might be the sweet spot for just a little bit smaller than my comfort. There's probably my comfort level right there. There's beyond it. Okay, there's the sweet spot right there. So I'm sizing to match this. In fact, I don't need the whole thing as a reference. I only need maybe like that. Maybe I do need that thing on the edge there. Okay. Save the clipboard. Okay. This is one of those deals where I'll probably wish I had a bigger monitor, but a thing I can do is come over to my other screen that nobody can see and open up a Google Doc. You can't see it, but it's on my other screen. Then I'll paste in between my two Macs, and that is a clever thing about these Macs, is they figure out we're on the same network. There's two Macs here. Let's it'll paste between two computers, so I like that. That's a good decision, whoever implemented that. Okay, so I'm just trying to get the left screen to match the right, the left screen that you can't see, and that in itself is a bit of a task. Just about got it. I got it. Okay. So you can't see it, but on my left screen, I've got the same image that's over here. I'll go back down to 100%. There we go. We're at 100%. So let's start with the face. Let's see the tabs. Let's see the tabs. Inspect. Okay, so we got font size 1.5 REM. Kind of wonder if there's just like a single ratio I can apply to all of these. Okay, so let's say 1.7. Feels like it's got to be larger. So just remembering it was 1.5. 2. Whoops. 2. Okay. This one's a little bit tricky because of me laying it out to go 90 degrees. Well, it does seem close to right. Let's go a little bit less though. 0.9. Yeah, there's a bit of an optical illusion because the tabs aren't actually resizing. It's just the text right now. So that might be correct, but I also need to increase this. So we say 4, and this would be 9. I'll have to fix everything too. Okay. So this margin bottom, what is that affecting? Oh, okay, it's putting a little space in between them. That's fine. So I think that's right. Where'd the font size go? Oh, it's these guys. Okay, inspect that. Okay, so that's font size 2 REM. Let's go ahead and make that change. What is that called? Wait, okay, it won't be here because that's the home screen. It'll be under UI, screen. Yeah, bar button. Okay. So the height went to 9, I believe, and 4. Oh, let's get the text first though. So this went to 2. Okay. And then lost my changes there when I made that update just now, but let's say it went to 9. Do I need to update the width? I don't think I do, to be honest. Don't ask me how I get the text centered in the middle of these guys. It's tricky. It's tricky. Alright, so height 9. Looking through my CSS for other things that I need to update. Don't see anything sticking out too much. Okay. That's okay. Was there some kind of margin along the top of this? I don't know. I don't want to fiddle with these too much. The main thing is just get the font size right. That's done. Okay. I don't think I need to make this width out anymore. I want to just get the font sizes correct. Let's go ahead and do this title bar along the top. Or action bar, I think I called it. Yeah, document name element, styles, action bar, okay. So let me think about that change that I just made to the font size. I believe it was 1.7 and I went to 2. Get diff. No, it was 1.5 and I went to 2. So what kind of ratio is that? Let's bring up the calculator. 1.5 divided by 2. Okay, what's 1.5 times 0.75? No, that's not it. 2 divided by 1.5. Okay, 1.5 times 1.33 equals, there we go, okay. So 130%, that's the change to make. And instead of like eyeballing everything, let's just try 1.3 times, oh yeah, 1.3, 1.69, so we'll change this to 1.7. Document name, action bar button, just looking for font sizes. I can almost keyword search for font sizes. Okay, let's see what that did. Yup. The width of this, though, the document name. Let me go to Spiels. So it grows past it. I gave it a min width. I think because of the italics, it's going over the edge of it. What I can do is padding right. How about 1 RPM? There we go. That looks better. Button area. That seems nicer. And this seems okay up here. Okay, so I'm just going to do the very trivial thing of multiplying all the font sizes by 1.3 and just see where I land at after that. So there's this thing called what is it? Inner content pane. That's the next one to change. So these are general classes that apply to all the screens, or styles, I should say, not classes. Okay, font size. Where are you? Okay. 1.2 times 1.3 equals 1.56. I will round up. Caption. Okay. These guys. This seems like I just didn't specify any font size. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, hey XPD. Sorry, I had a different screen up for a moment. But hi. It's going pretty good. Alright. So these, I just have to make a educated guess at what should go here for the font size. To the left, I've got 1.5. Where? Let's just try 1.5 REM. That looks pretty good. What if I just went a little bit lower? Yeah, that's better. Because it's different than this font size up here. So I think that's better. So let's just add that in. Font size 1.4 REM. Okay. Alright. So I think that may give me all of the kind of reused styles across the screens. I'm going to just look through the screens real quick. So there's faces. Yeah, okay, there's some common widget UI here to do. Spiels, where I was just at. Go to speech. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So that was pretty good. Let me find some more common stuff to do. These selector things. That's another common one to do. Okay, so where is that at? Where did I put that? It's going to be in the UI section. What do I call them? Selector bars? Selector? Selector. So under UI, right here. Multiply all my font sizes by 1.3. Okay. 0.8 times 1.3, 1.04. Oh, not that one. This one, 1.04. Let's just round up. Okay, come back to the screen. I think they got bigger. I think. What about this label thing here? Did I change that? I did. I changed the label too. You tried to register domain. Cloudflare took my money and said register unsuccessful. Cloudflare? You mean Cloudflare? That's like, that was like an AWS thing. Hold on. Cloudflare. Oh, it's just a CDN. The domain stuff is tricky like a lot of people get messed up on it. Sometimes it's your fault, sometimes it's their fault. Nobody makes it easy. When they do make it easy, it's usually a trap. I don't know. Do you want any help on it? Just like, is there any part of it? Yeah, because I know a little bit. But I don't want to offer help if you're just kind of like just venting a bit. That's always legit. But yeah, the thing that is good to do with domains is just pick a separate name hosting provider outside of anything else you're doing. I put mine on joker.com. Well, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, anyways, good luck with support. That stuff can be a real pain to sort out, even like when you know what all's going on. Yeah, good luck with that. Then the TypeScript to C#. Hey, I know both TypeScript and C# if you want to run anything by me. I spent 4 years just before I moved over to TypeScript-based project in Unity and C#. I actually got tired of Unity, but I didn't get tired of C#. I do like C#. Unity itself was a black box full of problems that were hard to figure out, that since I didn't have the source to them, I couldn't figure them out. And every time they upgraded to a new version, things would break, and I'd have to fix them for weird random reasons. But C# was good. I like C#. It's like a better version of Java without the stupid stuff in it. TypeScript I don't like as much as C#, but I do like the platform better, which is just the World Wide Web and all the browsers that are out there. So it's like, you really want cross-platform support that's predictable. Nothing beats a web browser. But yeah, if you got any questions, I don't mind taking a little diversion to try to figure it out with you. Just paste them in. Let's see. So these buttons, they seem fine. This guy here needs to do the 1.3%. So that font size goes, okay. So the footer, where's the footer? Inner content pane footer. Maybe there's no footer. No, I'm in the wrong place. I'm on the selector. You need to go to the inner content pane. Footer. I don't think there is. Is there a footer? Okay. Okay, there's a footer. Styling, but the font size is at 0.8, and I think it needs to go up to 1.04. Or is that right? 0.8 times 1.3 equals, yeah, 1.04. Rounding up to, oops, 1.1. Alright. And then that fixes the footer. Cool. Alright, let's take a look at this. After I made all these big claims that, let's see, close some things that, okay. So if I go to Twitch, I can grab that URL from the browser there in the chat session. That's just an image. Don't get the history there. No problem, no problem. Get rid of that. Come on to my other computer. Copy the link. Then I come back to this computer. Paste the link. It's going to paste from the other computer if I'm lucky. Yeah, there we go. No, I got it. Love cross-computer paste. I mean, it's slow. But if it works, I'm really happy. Come on. Didn't work. I'm not as happy as I could have been. Okay. I thought I had it. I don't have it. Could you just wait until I get this up again? Paste the link now. Just paste that link one more time. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. Or Zam. Alright. Thank you. 184. And we are inside of TypeScript. Okay. Generics. Okay. Servers, observable array, available server. This servers equals this same service init or low behavior subject. Data service servers one, this servers, blah blah blah. Callback. This API service get the URL of it. Okay. It pulls 3 servers from somewhere, but I can't figure out from where. Okay, is this, I know it's TypeScript, but is it TypeScript that runs in a browser, or is it TypeScript that runs like from a command line, like a Node.js process? I might be able to figure it out by just looking at this. Damn. It runs in a browser. Okay. So I'm just checking with you. Have you tried running this within the debugger of the browser? If that approach is kind of foreign to you, let me know. I'll explain it. Yeah, if you feel comfortable sending me like the website, I mean, it will be public to everyone as soon as you do it. That's my one warning. But if you feel comfy doing that, what I might do is run this code, if it's not too hard, and set a breakpoint in the browser and look through it. Totally okay to back out due to privacy concerns too. Like, you don't want the world to be getting into your server or something. Okay, if you send a whisper, I'll check it later, because that'll be like an offline thing. If I look at it now, I'll end up maybe seeing private stuff on the stream. But let's see, looking at this a little bit more. Okay, I got you. Don't want to expose your secrets. for? This is source app service data TS. Oh, I could have seen right here. This is web client. Okay. Okay, you sent the whisper. I'm kind of waiting for it to pop up. I don't often receive them. I just imagine they will appear. Oh, I blocked whispers. What is my deal? On my other screen, I'm looking at my settings to see where that whisper blocking thing is. Security and privacy, maybe. Oh yeah, I've got block whispers from strangers. Okay, I'll turn that off. I think there was probably some Bitcoin bot that was trying to whisper things to me before. Okay, I just now turned off the whisper thing, so just whisper it to me again. Okay, so your setting service is going to perform this init or load behavior subject thing, whatever that means. Now it's got a callback passed to it, which means that after this work gets done, I'm assuming, it's going to call the API service to get to get what? To get the URL of the data server? Nah, I don't know about that. And then this guy here, it's not going to wait for any of this stuff to finish. I can tell you that much. These things will happen like in parallel. So it'll return whatever the result of this is as observable. Pipe, map, result sort. Yeah. So this style of code is a little bit hard for me to read quickly, but I do understand it. It's not, or at least I understand at least syntactically what it's doing. The meanings of the different functions, we'd have to dive into them. I think the debugger is the right way to do it. Yeah. So, like, another way of looking at this, I'll copy this over to separate text file just for a moment. So we'll come over to just a little scratch. Add scratch file. Just a friggin' TypeScript, I guess. Okay. Alright, so there's the function. So this get here means it's a property. So that means that on that top level object, whatever it's called, you can say servers. You can do things like const x equals object servers, like that. So when this gets called, I'm just going to write this in a way that's maybe a little bit more sensible for me, at least. API service callback. So concise code like this has the advantage of being easy to parse when you already understand it well, but it's hard to parse when you don't. So I'm going to say return this, something like that, right? Okay. And like there's a lot of like kind of dot this thing onto the next, this, right? So this is, again, it's the concise coding thing, which, you know, for the person who wrote this code, coming back to it, this is great for them. Like, they can see what a function does pretty quickly because they're used to that style. But it's pretty tricky coming in as a newcomer. So here I see this word, this term map. That means that some object was passed to God. No, I was about to say something that with a lot of confidence. Now I'm unsure about it, but I kind of want to take this and just pull it out for a bit because it's just so densely written. Map seems to be another function and not a built-in one. I do not blame you for getting confused by this shit, to be honest. I'm not gonna be cranky and say it's bad code, but I'm gonna say it's advanced. It's a little bit hard to approach unless you're in the mindset of this developer and aware of their conventions. Not harshing on the code, not at all. Okay. So seems like map is gonna return. Boy, you brought a winner to me. This is tough to understand. I gotta give you that. Yeah. But I honestly am. I still was hoping you'd be able to post that IP address or whisper it to me or something. Oh wait, I do see a little. Okay, here we go. I got it. Because we can step through it. It's gonna be easier. All right. So I got that. Got it. Okay. Come on. Paste from my other Mac. Do it. You can do it. I was giving you so many compliments before Mac OS about your ability to paste between computers, but now I'm having doubts. Alright. And then didn't work. Okay. Then we'll go to Twitch. And we'll go look at the whispers. Where's the little icon for the whisper? I gotta log in. Log me in. Oh, man. Alright. Go to the private screen computer. Get the little two-factor. Type in the two-factor. 609-949. Let me log in. Let me have my whisper. There it is. What a great sense of accomplishment I have over being able to receive a URL. Okay, I guess I will leave this open. I might need to come back to it. More to here. Legacy players. Alright. And to Twitch. Once person clicks contribute, upload, it offers 3 test servers. Okay, contribute as individual, blah, 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 blah. Step-by-step guide to contribute. 3 test servers. Oh, up here. Upload. Okay. And it looks like you've already got something sort of automatically put in here. So I can just do upload. Okay. I don't know what file I'd be sending you, that's the thing. Oh, those 3 servers, okay. Oh, got it. Okay. So then I bring in the developer pane. And we go look at sources. And then you got all these sources here. Now, if they've obfuscated it, I'm not going to get very far on this. It might be fairly obfuscated. Polyfills, runtime, source app, contribute model. Yeah, this is obfuscated. Dang it. Do you have an ability in your development environment to build this code and deploy it locally? Or is it's just kind of on this server and it's built and you're using the server, but you don't really have your own? Okay, it's pulling them from somewhere. I guess what I'm really aching to do is set a breakpoint here and step through the code, because then you can see like what is happening inside of here without having to jump around and find like where is the setting service, what's this, where is that function declared, what variables, what values do I expect will be set in these variables when it gets there. Like I can do that with static code, but it takes so long, right? Whereas if you run it in the debugger, you set a breakpoint, and then as soon as it hits that breakpoint, you just step through it. And that's the thing that like really tears through this fast. But this particular server is set up in a production style where you know, the build stuff here is all obfuscated. Like this variable name has been obfuscated to something else. Right, like this is probably has a different name that makes more sense, but here they just made it E. So it's minified, not so much obfuscated, more minified, but minifying also obfuscates. Okay, this is actually not all obfuscated. Yeah, so if I look at my project, for example, I haven't minified or obfuscated. All the time when I'm testing something out to figure it out, I just go into a certain location where I know the code in question is that I need. Like right now I'm on the faces screen. So if I want to know, I don't know, let's just find something that's easy. If I want to know what happens during initialization of this page, I just come down and set my breakpoint here, and I'll say this is where I'll be, like right after initializing this page. And then I come here, reload, come into faces, and then here's my breakpoint. And then at that point, then I don't have to know like everything that is going on with all these functions, because I can discover it by going in and seeing what variables are passed to it. And so my apologies too if I'm like over explaining, but that's my main lead for you, I guess, which is if you can figure out how to get this code to be deployed without minification, maybe since this is all on GitHub, make a local build of it, but like a development build, then you'll be able to do debugging to kind of step through. You set a breakpoint here, you come to here, you step into this function, you see what it calls, what responses come back. The other thing, we can do one other thing. I hope I didn't scare you off yet with all my blathering. So there's one other thing that is helpful that won't need all the source code. So we go to the network tab and we'll do a reload. Okay. Let's do fetch, right? Okay. So let's do all. Fetch. Okay, let's refresh there. Okay. Headers. So we made a call to API data server. Right. And the response came back. And it gives you the name of your servers right here, right? So this here is the information that you're getting back. And here's what it looks like, right? So this is all inside of Chrome in the network tab. And basically you'll get a log of all the HTTP requests that are made and what was in the request to them, and also what comes back in the response. So more than that, like if you see API data server, that's your API, that's the call that got made. Probably. But if you can intercept the call, you could rename the items that come back or replace them, I suppose. Probably I don't know your full intent here, but like the nice clean way to do it would be to figure out like wherever that database is, and like or a settings file that has the names of the servers, and if you can update them there. But I don't know if you're trying to do like kind of like a mod style where you sort of hack the responses coming back and replace them. Oh yeah. But there is a service deployed at a different location, and it is returning back the servers. So that much I can tell you. Alright, I'm coming about to the end of my session here. It's about 6 o'clock. I gotta go get some dinner. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna close down the session right here, but it was nice to meet you, and good luck on your project. Yeah, Chrome developer tools here, network tab inside of the developer tools. That's where I was finding all the stuff. Sources is great if you can get like either a source map deployed on the production web browser, or if you can run a local build that isn't obfuscated or minified. A lot of times in the package.json, of the project, there's like commands you do, like npm run build that usually does the production build, and then npm run start often makes a development build that has all the source code in it, and you can use it to run the debugger. Anyways, I'm gonna take off. Thanks a lot for hanging out, and maybe I'll see you again. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream.